As you can tell by the thumbnail of this video, I found something weird in Halo 2 when playing through. I love to escape map in I'm sorry, the camera's freaking out. I don't know why it's doing that shit. I was playing Halo 2, like you do, and I love to go climb on any incline, and I ghost climbed up in the library? I don't remember which level. The one where you're fighting through Flood and enforcers through the snow. And I ghost climbed up on the snow walls of the map, as you do, and managed to get up there and just go along the side. Well, I managed to get myself all the way back to the start, because I started at the end, back to the start of the level, or the end of that section of the level, and I got back to the start, and I found this little, structure that you don't really see in when you're playing the game, because it's kind of just hidden by a cliff, and it has these reflective windows all over it. Thanks. And it has these windows all over it, and I was like, ooh, they're reflective. That's something you don't usually see in Halo 2. So I went up to them, climbed up on them, looked inside, and found what you see on the thumbnail, a half-done texture for the background where it looks like some Foreigner design and a stretch. And I'm like, that's not the background. What the fuck is this? Where's this at? Where's this from? Because I went from one side of the map to see the background to the other, and I couldn't find it. All I saw was the library and the wall, which is still a 3D physical object. Those are the only Foreigner things you can see, other than what's destroyed around you, down underneath you in the map. And I'm sitting here in this window, and I'm like, because it's plastered on the first wall, on this wall, on the roof, down here, and the other half of them, they're stretched. They stretch away because it's half drawn, and the snow starts to fade. It just stretches, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why? And it creeped me out, because I'm like, I've never seen this before. I don't think anyone's seen this before. Or at least someone has and they never said anything. Because I'm looking at them and I'm like, that's weird. Why is this in the game? And why is it so built? Because you think an unused texture would just be one thing hidden somewhere or out of sight. But no, it's built, it's smacked here, up here, and here. And I tweeted at Bungie, and I'm like, hey Bungie, back in Halo 2, I found this weird texture all over the place. And I posted 3 different pictures of this, I'm calling it the weird texture room, the missing texture room, or hidden texture room, because it's a giant box of these textures. And I'm like, it's the one texture too. It's just repeated and flipped or put to the side, and I'm like, what the hell? Why'd they have this? What does this do? This doesn't do anything. You never see this. You can't see these windows when you're playing the game. Even when you get to the far end of that section of the level, you can't see this little building, because it's just this little triangle that ends at the top, and 3 windows. You don't see them. I never saw them, and I've looked up there before. I love looking at the wall and then over to the library. You never see it. Never. At least I've never seen it. And I've looked. I've never. I'm gonna turn my mom's flashlight on. That way I can have a light on me so you can see me properly. And I've never seen it. And I'm like, where does this belong? Does it belong anywhere? Did they forget to remove this? Why'd they make a room out of a fucking texture? Because it's a whole box of it. It's a whole the mystery texture box. There you go. The MTB. The MTB is just there, and I'm like, why? Don't ignore this. Why is it there? What is this doing here? What purpose does it have? Does it have a purpose, or do they just were they planning on doing something with that and then forget to do it? I don't know. Halo 2 was scuffed. There's switches hidden out throughout the... Get from under me! There's switches hidden throughout the maps. Random textures, as I've found. Hell, it even has a secret grunt and marine, but those are... But It even has a secret grunt, but that's an Easter egg to the first game. I'm not sure if Halo 2 has a secret marine. Does it? I don't think so. I think the first game had a secret marine and it was accidental, and then the scared secret marines. Can y'all get? Come on. That's what you get. Fuckhead. Loki, you two, get. Come on. Cramping me. Fuck me. Sorry. And just, I mean, they're Easter eggs, except for the one guy. He was just sitting there. That's another out of place. He was there because he had to be called in for his animation scripting. But this box has no point. It's just 4 of the same unfinished half-stretch texture made into a box that's in the reflection of 3 windows in the entire game. Like there's very few other reflections in this level, and I've never seen that before. And I'm like, what part of the Foreigner structure is this? Like, the snow doesn't even look the same color as the background. Like, the snow is a lot whiter than the gray that you walk on, even. And the background is more yellow because it's the illuminating light of the library giving it off. And then the mountains are really dark and in the distance. But this looked like it was going to be really close because it's bright. It kind of looks like it's like in front of the library, but it's got an unfinished half. I wouldn't know. Or flip it over, I'm sorry. I'm doing this like as if I'm going to edit that in. I'm not. But it's just throwing me off, and I really want answers. General Heed, Boundary Break, someone. Figure